everyone, Jessica here from J Worker Dog and Pet Intel, and I wanted to hop on here today and talk a little bit about Halloween. Now, if you are a multiple dog owner like myself, you probably feel the same way I do, which is like Halloween is not a super fun time for my dogs. Even having one dog who may be slightly reactive or insecure or nervous or whatever big feelings they might be having about, I don't know, let's say the monsters and goblins that are approaching your home and walking down the street. If you even have one dog who's a little bit uncomfortable with that, your night can turn into a disaster and all of your dogs can be incredibly stressed out. So even if you have one dog, even if you just have one dog, if that dog has not been exposed to or properly socialized with different costumes, different sights, different sounds, darkness, all of that stuff throughout the rest of the year, Halloween day, Halloween night is not the time to be trying to expose them and socialize them to those things, because it's all just too much. On the flip side, if you have a dog who's very well socialized with these types of creepy and awkward and odd sights and sounds, then they can definitely become part of the festivities with you, and you just want to make sure that you have a really clear outline about what role they're going to play in the activities that you're doing. So if you're going to be handing out candy and you're going to be answering the door multiple times, where should your dog go? What should they do when you go to open the door? What is their role? Are they allowed to greet the people? Are they not allowed to greet the people? Just make sure you have some clearer outlined rules around the activity. And again, this is only for dogs who are not going to be nervous, uncomfortable, frustrated, scared, all of the big emotions. If they're not going to have big emotions to those bizarre sights and sounds, then maybe they can participate. But for the rest of them, please, please, please have a different plan. So this year I have older kids now, and my kids are not participating in that Halloween festivities, or they really shouldn't be because they're really too old to be trick-or-treating. So they're doing stuff with their friends, parties and things like that. But when they were younger and they wanted to participate in the Halloween festivities, and we were sort of more into that younger crowd of trick-or-treaters, we did something different. We didn't do trick-or-treating from the front door of the house. So we have a garage, and what I would do is I would set up a long table along the front of my garage and maybe hang a curtain so that the rest of the garage wasn't visible. One year I did a smoke machine in there so that it looked like smoke was coming out of the garage. Lights, spooky music, that kind of thing. And I just had a table I bundled up nice and warm, and I would sit there and hand out candy. So I'd have my pumpkins there. When kids were coming up, they knew right to come to that table instead of going to the front door of my house. So I was able to take the one dog out front with me in a cute little costume who was actually comfortable with all the Halloween comings and goings, and that dog was able to stay out there with me, while the other dogs were able to be inside listening to calm music with the lights low and the curtains closed and not be disturbed, have some nice bones to chew, and they were really comfortable. If you are going out for Halloween and you're leaving your dogs behind, make sure that you don't have any visible lights on so that nobody can be confused that you are participating in handing out candy. Make sure you blow out the candles in your pumpkins so that you're not encouraging people to come to your front door and ring the bell and knock on the door. So that's one part that's really important. The next thing that I want you to think about is making sure that you have provided your dog with a safe, comfortable environment and tried your best to eliminate the sights and sounds that may be happening outside of the home. The idea here is that you really don't even want them to know that Halloween is happening. Make sure you get your dog their favorite chew article, soup marrow bones, bully sticks, cheese sticks, whatever it is that they really like that's going to last a long time, that they can do unsupervised. And make sure that you have stocked up on that so that there's lots of things to keep their mouth occupied and to provide them with stress relievers. And again, keep the house sort of calm and make sure that they are not involved in the Halloween spirit this year. If you're listening to all of this and really wishing that your dog could be involved, but kind of realizing that they're not quite ready and that maybe involving them would be a mistake, cut your losses for this year. Halloween is tomorrow. So just make sure that throughout the year, this coming year, you are beginning to prepare them. We've talked about this before, that the hardware stores are dog friendly and they have tons of like Halloween spooky type things going on in there, like months leading up to Halloween. So you can work in there, making sure that you're like even going to the dollar store and buying some of these like Halloween type things and exposing your dog in an environment that they're comfortable with at a level that they can handle, that they can recover from, that wearing spooky hats, wearing weird masks, keeping those things around throughout the year and socializing your dog to those items throughout the year so that it's not all happening to them at one time on Halloween day. So good luck for next year if you didn't prepare for this year, and make sure that you make a good choice for your dog.